Everyone.
That's the official side.
He didn't realize that everyone on the left side was seeing
Yeah, you could, but
I'm literally
How many name tags I have? Like 6.
I now call this meeting of the 55th Term of Senate to order at 6:08 p.m. on Tuesday, May 30th, May 20th, 2014. Can everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Senator Hassan, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Beautiful. Okay. Senator Madden.
Ready? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moving down the agenda, additions, deletions, or clarifications for orders of the day. Oh, first roll call, excuse me. Click one if you're present. I can see. Okay, is everyone clicked in? With a quorum count, or a number count of 23 people in attendance, we will move on.
Can we do that again? I was waiting for like the screen to pop up, so that's why I never clicked it. Sorry.
Okay, please click one if you are present. Here we go. Okay, we have 25 people present today. Moving down the agenda. Any additions, deletions, or clarifications to the orders of the day? Seeing none, we'll move on. Additions, deletions, or changes to the minutes. We have to send out any minutes. Senator Yaloa.
Motion to postpone the minute.
Any objections? The minutes are postponed until the next meeting. Absent. Okay, legislative branch report. We'll start with Senator Alba.
Alright, so our first meeting is this Thursday, May 22nd. Normally our meetings will be at 6 p.m.
but due to some scheduling difficulties that I had with cause of medicine, I need to start at least 30 minutes later than our anticipated time, so I sent out the agenda today in anticipation of that. So technically it'll be a special session, but there's nothing special about it other than the fact that it's 30 minutes there. So it'll be a regular Senate meeting, a regular committee meeting with 3 bills on the agenda, the executive branch structure and 2 updates to statutes. One regarding confirmation procedures and another regarding the grant procedures, which Mr. Ulloa has graciously offered. So that'll be on the agenda. So that's what we're doing. Any questions?
Senator Johnson?
Appropriations and audits, we had our first meeting yesterday. It went very, very well. We had a very large group, almost 15 people showed up. We went over basically the process that is involved with auditing and appropriating funds. But we don't have enough business to have another meeting for next week, so instead our next meeting is going to be on the 2nd of June, which is 2 Tuesdays from now. We're doing vice chairs during that election, and until then we all know the homework that we need to get done. So thank you again for an excellent first meeting. I cannot wait to keep working with you guys.
Senator Strong?
Judiciary and Ethics meets on Thursday for the first time at 3 p.m., so all of you guys should come out. We're going to be doing a mock confirmation, so whenever the executive or judicial branch appoints people, they have to be confirmed by JEC. So we're going to be doing a mock one and just kind of explaining what the committee does. So 3 p.m. on Thursday, everyone should be there.
Senator Ulloa, special funding.
So special funding is not having a meeting this week. We're going to start our meetings next Wednesday at 6 p.m. So what I've just been doing is I've been working on our applications for all of our grants, updating all of those with the business office so that we can get those all on the website, so that once we have our next meeting, they're all on the website and go over and review all of the applications.
Senator Hartman, UCGA.
Good evening, guys. So UCGA will be meeting next Tuesday at 11 a.m. We chose that time because when we do 10th days, it works out with people transitioning in between classes for the lunch breaks and such. So please come out if you can. The first meeting will be mostly brainstorming for future 10th day topics and basically planning how to carry out a 10th day and stuff, valuable skills, and also talking about future vice chair elections. Thank you.
Okay, Senator Pro Tem 4, Aziz.
Alright, welcome to your first Senate meeting. Hopefully all of you guys have signed up for committees. I know some people have not. So I'm going to pass around the sign-up sheet here. The current issue we have is there's like many people in appropriations, not enough people in community and government affairs. So pass around the sheet. We need at least 3 to 4 people to like shift around from committee to the UGCA, just so we have like enough for quorum for that committee. So I'm gonna pass it around. If you want to join, like double down or like join another committee, get positive points for that. So one thing to pass around. Second thing is I have a sign-up sheet for orientation backstepping party, which the executive branch will talk a little bit more about in a few minutes. But we get 1 point for every hour, so pretty much you stuff orientation bags and give out to the freshmen. And there's gonna be food there, so pass around that sign-up sheet. And also we have summer orientation will do tabling in the March Center. And they need a few senators who guys want to sign up again to get positive points. So I'll send that pass it on to you guys to sign up for. The last thing, we have the clicker use and policy and the community with honor. 2 things you have to sign, so we'll pass all of this around for you guys to sign on. And if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to email me. Usually in the office, so any ideas you guys have, so free to know it. So other initiatives we're working on that we have pass volumes we're gonna order soon and pull items for new incentives. So like more use a smaller amount for more functional items for you guys. So that's coming soon. Any questions?
Okay, moving on. Executive branch report. Mr. John Cook.
Good
Good evening, Senate. Happy first Senate. The Senate's back in session. Mr. Senate President, good to see you, sir. How's everybody doing? Nadima's back, packing away. Good stuff. Word. Alright. Well, we have a new appointed Chief of Staff, Greg Berkeley, so congratulations. You wanna go ahead?
Sure. So right now what I'm really working on is hiring. I'm trying to get the rest of the structure and the rest of the administration going. I'll be in front of you guys in Senate in a few weeks, so so it's not solidified yet. But I want to thank Mr. Rodriguez for helping us out with the interviews, getting the interviews passed all day today. They interviewed all the Chief of Staff people yesterday. We have Attorney General and Chief Justice later this week, so it's a lot of interviewing. And thank you, Mr. Manka, for helping us out with Escato and Mr. Coca. So if you guys ever have any questions about hiring, if you have friends who want to apply, if you're applying, if you have any questions, let me know. We're happy to answer anything. Also, I've been hearing the executive branch for a few years now, so if there are any initiatives you guys would like to see, or if you have any new ideas, and you're like, you don't know if it's been done before, or if it, how to make it happen, I can help out with that as well. So thank you for having me. I look forward to working with you guys in the future.
You working with him on the EWC?
Yeah, we met.
Good. Alright. I'll have Maggie talk about orientation briefly, along with Joe, who's been doing some of the purchasing stuff.
Yeah, so as Aziz said, we have our first orientation on June 9th, and we're really hoping to pull from all three branches to get not just an executive event, have you guys there and judicial there, so if you can sign up for that, would be great. And it's a good chance for you guys to meet first year students, answer any questions they have, or any concerns about USF or state government, what we do. We are having our bag stuffing party. Next week we have 10,000 bags that need to be stuffed for orientation. So we need help with that. You guys will get fed. We also have been working on our Summer Bee event, which is our glow event. We have partnered with Campus Rec. So you guys can hear more about that once I meet with Dustin Morgan. We're working on our Week of Welcome event. We're partnering with Athletics to create a new tradition.
We don't want to reveal it yet. It's a secret. Alright, is that it?
I think so. Sign up for the box.
Do you really want to talk about some of the stuff we purchased? Lanyards, well not lanyards, but the bags, how many bags we get?
Okay, so for those who haven't met me before, my name is Joseph Mahalski. I'm the Director of Public Relations and Communications. Please pardon the Overlord of Elections tag. In the interest of sustainability, I'm kind of just reusing random lead events that are floating around the office. So, in the absence of a transition team CFO, I've kind of been doing some of the purchasing. So, we've been purchasing the one on PO for the hour shirt, 2014 hour shirt, the drawstring bags, lanyards, pens, all the Textmark flyers that we're stuffing in the orientation bags. And then just kind of taking a look at any other promotional items that the executive branch would like to get for the fall semester. So that's pretty much the example of what I've been doing lately. I was going to promise Tijuana Flats for next Wednesday, but we just found out that last week they changed the company policy, so and the activity and servicing business office is going to no longer be able to do business with Flats.
Taco Tuesday. The polo.
And so, yeah, so last year the CFO likes to purchase a lot of stuff, and so we have a lot of polos. Obviously we're going to be purchasing additional polos for the fall tournament. The leadership from each of the three branches will be deciding who will sign. But in the interim, we have a lot of polos from the past year. So if anyone is a new senator or doesn't have an SG polo yet, they're in the back. I don't know if we want to pass them out now or later. Later?
Alright. Any questions for Joe, Maggie, or Bert? Good. Sweet. Myself and Rondell, we've been busy bees. Been working on the Honors College Dean. We're going to get a new dean for the Honors College. So I've been on that search committee. We have BOT work group on Thursday regarding USF's work plan and strategic plan. So that will be around 12:30 in the ballroom. So if you guys want to come out to that. I met with some city council people talking about jobs, job opportunities, trying to bring more job opportunities on campus, and working with them to build relationships in the city. Met with the CEO of a company, Kevin Jans, and he's been helping me create this internship network that I want SG to jump on, help promote jobs, to get students connected with their internships so that they're ready for the job market come when they graduate. Tomorrow I have a walkthrough with the Tampa Bay Times regarding the gubernatorial debate that we're going to be hosting October 7th between Rick Scott and whoever the Democratic nominee will be. We're working on an orientation video. I already talked to your Senate leadership, so if you guys want to participate in that, it'd be great. We're going to do a scene after Senate, and we'd love to have you guys there. We're working on reserving rooms and space for USF Day at the Capitol for next February, so that we're that an individual for that position. Community Affairs will be working on that. So if you want to help out, any suggestions or ideas?
Senator Yulon.
So some students ask me, what's the possibility of working with Disney as well, since they're somewhat close to public classes?
All it takes is a phone call, so I don't see why not. We'll definitely keep our minds open on that. Okay, goodbye.
Okay, moving on the agenda, judicial branch report.
Hello, Senate. My report's a lot shorter, I promise.
You know what, because we have a lot to do.
We're working with the exec to just get our portion of the website updated, just so people graduating and coming in, just to make sure that's updated. Thank you to marketing department. They made us a new parking appeals 101 brochure today. It's really nice. You'll see it everywhere soon. It explains the process, common myths that most students fall into and get tickets, things like that. We've been utilizing the remainder of our budget, just kind of stocking up promotional items and upgrading our office, getting ready for next year. Pretty soon, probably in the next couple of weeks, once the Attorney General and Solicitor General are appointed, we'll have to sit down with Parking and Transportation Services. There's a training we have to do for them to be able to the Solicitor General has to represent students in our parking appeals. The Attorney General has to prosecute the students. So we'll be doing trainings with those once those positions are appointed. That way we can get underway with our appeals process. I've been working with the Chief Justices from Sarasota, Manatee, and St. Pete to plan our next Judicial Branch Summit. Tentatively, it'll be June 27th here in Tampa, probably between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. Tentative, but you're all invited. Just let me know you're coming so I get enough food. GCNX is meeting tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. It's a meeting open to the public. If any of you guys are interested in any of the decisions being made by GCNX, please feel free to come. 2 associate justice positions are open now, except the application will be opening up June 13th, so probably the 3rd or 4th week of June. You'll see those applications going live if you want to jump ship to the next great branch. June 6th? Yes. I apologize, thank you for we're working to revise our rules of procedure just to distinguish between appellate and original jurisdiction. There's kind of overlap in our procedures for both those types. We want that to be clear for everyone. We're also working to remake our trial request forms, judicial review forms, all the forms that you're able to submit to the court. We're working to make those available so you can fill them in online and send them to us. And that's all for the judicial branch report. Does anyone have any questions?
Senator Hartman.
Are you guys still looking into creating a student ethics board and council deal?
Oh, you're talking about honor court?
Yes.
I can touch a little bit about that. Our former Chief Justice, Brian Williams-Shura, he sat on the Ethics and Integrity Council, and they are going to be making some kind of board for that deals primarily with plagiarism only. It's going to be faculty and students. So it's not going to be an honor court of only students, but there'll be cases of plagiarism heard by students and faculty, which we didn't have before. There actually wasn't much of a process, but there was only process for the document violations. So they're working to do that. I think that's going to be implemented in the fall, and they'll actually be sending out applications so you can apply beyond that as well. Is there any other questions? Great, thank you for your time.
Moving down, open forum. Any announcements?
7:45, the executive branch filming their video downstairs in the atrium. But if Maggie wants to explain a little more.
Okay, so we're shooting the last scene of our orientation video that's going to be shown the first day of orientation for new students. And we wanted to include you guys in the video, so at 7:30, 7:45-ish, we're going to be heading down to the seal downstairs to shoot that last scene, so if you guys can go, more students, the better unity is for government.
Anything else for open forum? Seeing nothing, we're going to move on to general business. The first thing that we have on the agenda are committee presentations, kind of giving everyone an opportunity to understand what every committee is a little bit better. So first, we'll have Senator Aliantar with the Committee on Rules.
Hey everybody. I'm Aliantar, Chair of the Senate Committee on Rules. I was the chair last year, if you guys remember me from the first meeting. Thankfully, we ended up opposed. But anyway, so I'm in charge of Senate Committee on Rules. Next slide. So,
This is like the worst thing.
still, fine, don't worry about it. We operate the system, got it. Adjust. So, Senate Committee on Rules is a standing Senate committee responsible for amending and updating Senate documents as necessary. The committee meets every Thursday at 6 p.m. It's been that way for a while now, and I'm going to just keep it that way with this evening committee for people who can't make it during the day or have really busy schedules. Unless anybody else wants to meet during the day. Whoa. Anyway, so we update Senate documents as necessary. Alright, okay. Alright, next slide. So some of the Senate documents that we reviewed, Constitution, statutes, ROPs, SOPs. So that's rules of procedures, standards of procedures. I didn't really put a list up there, but anyway, so we will review those amendments, legislative bills, and resolutions submitted to the committee by the Office of the Senate President. They have the power to amend any legislation given to the committee for review, and the committee can review standing legislative documents and recommend improvements when necessary. So if they notice any shortcomings in any of our procedural documents, they can say, oh wait, we need to fix that right now. So somebody on the committee or anybody who's not on the committee will write up an amendment to it and send it over to my committee, and my committee will look at it. After we're done with it, if we like it, we'll send it over to Andy, and send it over to you guys. You guys have the final say. So we're just an initial check on the legislation that runs through. So next slide. So expectations from my committee members. If you do join the committee and you want to be awesome enough to handle legislation that isn't regarding finances, I expect everybody to sign, to review assigned statutes each week. Statutes. No, review statutes. I'm not going to sign statutes. Make suggestions for changes in That's twice in a row. Make suggestions for changes in statutes. And then to read all the legislation sent out with the agenda and be prepared to come to committee with questions or comments. That's to me the most important thing. Because a lot of times committee members will come in and they'll just be like, oh yeah, we're doing this bill, and then they don't do anything. But what's important as a committee is that we actually look at these documents. I need you guys to ask those questions. I need you guys to actually have talking points and discuss whether or not that's the best way to fix whatever the problem that the legislation is trying to fix. And then in terms of individual work, I expect every committee member to present at least one piece of legislation and to write at least one piece of legislation per semester. So that's really just about it. As a Senate Committee on Rules, so I expect my committee members. I'm a cool guy. Obviously, I won't sign statutes to anybody, but everybody wants to join. Already got 5 cool people.
Any questions for Senator Aliantar?
Alright.
Okay, moving on. Senator Chris Johnson, Audit Appropriations.
Good evening, guys. If you were in my committee, this is the exact same presentation you saw in the committee. We're gonna go a little more, exactly, we're gonna go a little more in depth, but just so you guys know, this is the Senate Committee on Appropriations and Audits. I believe the shorthand traditional expression is SCA. Sounds kind of weird, but I'm gonna go with that because it sounds better than ANA. But so we are one of the other 5 standing Senate committees, and our main job is to appropriate $150,000 of EMS fees. We meet every Monday at 2 p.m. for the summer. That might change in the school year. I already got a couple emails from a couple committee members about their fall schedules, but that might change in the school year. So right now, it is at 2.
Specific procedural requirements for funding hearings. There are requirements for funding hearings, specific deadlines for funding decisions to be made. And you cannot, funding cannot be denied on the size of the student organization, which should focus on students. How many students their events are attended to reach. So you could have a group of 1,000 people, but and they may be planning a program for 20 people. You don't fund them based on the 1,000, fund them based on the 20. So it's irrelevant how big a group is unless that group is attending the event. It's also, just because you fund the college Republicans a certain dollar amount doesn't mean you have to fund the college Democrats and Libertarians the same dollar amount. It's all based on the nature of the event that they're asking for. Right? It also means pro-life, pro-choice. Just because you fund pro-life doesn't mean you have to fund pro-choice. It's all based on the event and the budget request they submit to you. Okay, so viewpoint neutrality is a stance that y'all must take when making funding decisions. Alright, basically what this does is it protects the students' free right speech. So if you are viewpoint neutral in your process, you are protecting the right of your fellow students to their free speech. And also in determining allocations, only objective criteria should direct the funding decision, not the viewpoint of the group. And Coco wanted me to share this in the committee the other day, but I didn't feel it was the right time. But I used to work at Miami, Ohio, outside of Cincinnati. I was up there for 23 years. And one year we had a group get recognized by our CSI out there, which was Student Activities and Leadership. They were called MUMS. They all that stands for. Take a guess, take a gander. It was the Miami University Masturbation Society. Seriously. Miami's a pretty conservative school. It's a public state school in the Midwest, pretty conservative values. The parents were irate. They called the president, right? The university could do nothing because they still wanted to be able to allocate the AMS fee, and because the group followed all the correct procedures, they got recognized by the university. They weren't doing anything against the law. It's a fine line there, I guess. But they weren't doing anything against the law in a public context. They were recognized for 2 years. They were funded for 2 years. And when those students graduated out of school, the organization died. Simple as that. So you cannot, you can't look at the intent or the philosophy or the nature of the group. Of course, you have to follow the law. Okay. So you really have to look at, and what their event was they used to show twice a year the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and do all the things you do for other rights, the toilet paper, all that kind of stuff. Those of you who know about that. So those of you who don't, that's interesting. All right. Viewpoint neutrality is really about the process, not the outcome. So it's how you allocate the fees. It's not about whether this group gets this amount of money or this group gets that amount of money, or it's really about the process followed, the criteria used to fund those groups. So what matters is discrepancies in funding are not a result of an activity, an organization's point of view, or unbridled discretion of funding bodies. Basically, just realize, please be viewpoint neutral when you make funding decisions. All right, so Abdul's going to pass out something that there'll be a little handout that has these criteria. You'll get that. I'm not going to go into any detail right now, but basically.